Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
There it goes, man. Our key was talking. I was just looking at my phone. I literally saw my bar just go from full to just zero. And I was just like, what the hell just happened?
Welcome back to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got Keith.
What's up?
And we'll probably have more people joining in later. And right now, it's the beginning of the new season. We made it to season 5, which is insane. So, with that being said, make sure on your way in to hit that like and subscribe button, help us out, or follow, depending on your platform. Make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description Podcast, over there on YouTube. Actually, let me address something about that real quick. So, my bad. I know we were supposed to have like a little short podcast that we were going to do over there on the Clips channel. It's my fault. I wasn't able to do it because I had a lot of crap that happened in my personal life. So, there was no way for me to do that podcast. So for that, we want to apologize. But that's okay because it gave me more time to work on the podcast to make sure that we can give you a lot more episodes. So yes, it does suck that you didn't get that, but maybe in the future, I'll do another preview podcast. Probably, I don't know. We'll figure it out in the future. But just want to address that. Also, we're on Instagram. You can check us out over there. And beyond that, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah. He just texted me right when he got on. He is actually on a phone call and he said he's gonna be a while. Um, B is supposed to be here soon. I'm just trying to see when B's gonna hop on so I can continue the conversation with him. Yeah, my day's been man. Shoot. So let me see. The garage broke on my home.
Nice.
Yep. I actually have an oil leak now. I could actually see it dripping now, which sucks. So luckily it's cold and I don't drive that often. But yes, I do have an oil leak. I can see it now, which that hurt. Let me see what else. And I'm not sure what's going on, but I guess okay, I won't say it's part of the podcast, so I won't say that. But yeah, so that's happening. And yeah, it's just been a complete other mess. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. I also had to pull the car out the garage and now I can't get it back in because it's dead and the steering wheel is locked.
Every car did.
So what it's looking like, it seems that one of the posts to put on the battery doesn't want to stay on, and I think that bolt is stripped because I keep trying to screw it and it won't screw.
Hey, go buy a new one.
Yeah, I will when I can. I
Yeah.
just found out about this. I was doing all this today. So that's why I told Keith that if I have to take a break, because oh, trust me, like I said, there's other stuff I can't talk about on the podcast, but trust me, that's why I told Keith, and I'm telling you, I'm telling everybody else who comes on, I may have to go, not leave, but I may have to go for a sec because I still got to take care of some other stuff. So yeah, honestly, I didn't think I was going to make this podcast today. I didn't even think I was going to make the podcast. I barely got everything done just now. Well, not everything. That's not true. I got enough done where I at least am able to secure the house. But yes, it is a mess. So yeah, man. So how are you doing on this beautiful, fine Thursday day?
Dude, I'm smooth.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes I hate that nonchalant attitude because I know you're just, even when you're like, you sound like you're going through shit, you're just like, I'm good.
What else you supposed to do? It's called being an adult.
Man. Yeah, but being an adult is not as fun as I thought it would be.
Really?
My idea of being an adult as a child was I will stay up all day, eat whatever I want, play whenever I want, and nobody could tell me nothing.
Yep. That's why kids are stupid.
Hey man, ignorance is bliss, man. I live by those words. I sure as heck do miss my ignorant years. Kids may be dumb, but man, it is beautiful because you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know, I had talked about this a long time ago, and I used to ask this question. What is the only time in your life that you're okay with being at your age? And I finally figured it out. The best time to be a being in this world is in your early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best time.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. I mean, think about it, man. You're you're old enough to do everything that you weren't allowed to do when you were a kid, but you're young enough not to have to deal with the responsibilities fully of being an adult. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you don't think about shit at that age.
Is that right?
I mean, heck, you always tell me how crazy you were when you were in your 20s, early 20s.
Yeah. But how crazy were you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I at least have my moments of fun, for damn
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I think it's the best age that you are. Yes, you're young. Yes, you're dumb, but you also feel like you're invincible too.
Do you?
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Dude, I would jump off a freaking ladder and into a table at that age. I
Huh.
didn't give a crap.
Didn't care, huh?
Hell no. I mean, I cared a little bit more than when I was a kid, just to be honest, but I didn't care as much as I do now.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, like, I didn't think I was gonna. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about being old back then.
Now you're just sad.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm sad about everything. Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't say all that, but
everything. Sad.
I wouldn't say all that. But like I said, there's always those ages where, at a certain age, you always want to be an adult. Then you hit an age where you're just okay. Then you hit an age where you get older and you're like, man, I wish I was young again. Even if
Uh,
you don't like the way you thought when you were a kid, to have that, it's the same. The youth is wasted on the young,
mm-hmm.
you know?
Is that what it is?
I mean, unless you have something else to go against that.
Mm-mm. Nope. Just, just listening to you. Just, oh, going through your midlife crisis, I guess.
I mean, this is what a midlife crisis is, but I don't know. I don't feel like it is.
You don't?
I mean, to me, a midlife crisis is always like when you want to do all the shit that you want to do when you were young and go out and just do insane stuff, even though you don't really have the capability of doing it like that anymore.
Damn, so you telling me your ass ain't even gonna you already passed your midlife crisis and you just like, screw it. That's it.
Um, well, yeah, well, I don't feel like I've had one, and I just don't. I have so many other worries that I don't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think. Because yeah, I don't think I've, yeah, I'm not. I've seen people go through midlife crisis, but yeah, at no point do I be like, man, I wish I could go back in time and do this and do this and do this. Like, nah, I'm like, man, I need to make money right now. I can give a fuck about all that.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to live my youthful years again. I'm not trying to do all that.
He said, that's it. I'm an old man.
Man, with all the music and the shit that I'm seeing happening with this generation and all the music that's coming out, I kind of accepted it.
Mm,
Because all the stuff I'm seeing now, I think I'm okay with being an old man. Like
mm,
I think if I was, in your no, maybe not, because even your yeah, I think if I was in your generation at in my 30s, I probably would that would probably be more likely. But no, I don't think I feel that right now.
mm.
You know, like there's a couple of things I want to do, but for the most part, all I want is to make money, buy a house, and just chill.
Have yell at kids for being on your lawn, huh? Oh man, damn, that's crazy.
I
How old are
actually,
you? How old are you? 30?
I actually want to shoot them with a hose.
You
That's
gonna
what I
shoot
want.
him with a hose?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Damn,
shoot them with a water hose.
true old man shit right there.
Yeah, get off my lawn. Oh no, would you say you had a midlife crisis?
Nope.
Yeah, you don't seem like a person who would. That's what I'm saying. But like your ass had, like I said, man, one day you gotta do a book on your life.
Hell no. One day you gonna you gonna do the book, bro.
I'm gonna what?
You're gonna do the book, bro. Trust me. And at that point, by the time you do the book, you're gonna have to it's gonna have to be like a book on tape or something.
Oh, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. Shoot, I mean, actually, with how technology is going, shoot, we're just gonna do AI.
Nah, you're gonna have a picture book.
It's a full set of picture book.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be like one of them pop-ups. Just
You know, if I could tell the crazy parts of your life, I would happily do a pop-up book because that would be freaking hilarious.
not mine. It's gotta be you.
No, 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 no. That would never. I wouldn't even want that to happen. I don't know. Hell no.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I don't care how successful I get. Nah, dude, you can never do a book on my life.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah, nah. It wouldn't work. The
Mm-hmm.
best I can do is give you health guides, but that's all I can do. But a book on my life, nah, I'm good.
He said, hell no, he ain't doing. So what up, Key?
What's up, man? How you been, brother?
Chilling, bro. How's your New Year been?
Oh man, it's I mean, I've been good, man. I know you guys have been going through it down there, man. It's good to hear from you.
Who
Like I
said
asked
that?
about you. Oh, actually, no, man. I haven't talked to G because I've been going through a bunch
Yeah,
of bullshit on the day to day.
I was about to say, who the fuck said that shit? I'm chilling, bro. I've actually been down there a couple times, but it's been raining and snowing and shit. So
Yeah,
yeah, no, I'm
yeah, that shit is yeah.
like
It's been a crazy year to start. I know that.
I
Yeah.
told G earlier. I was like, yeah, he's like everybody go through it. Yeah, well, you guys don't understand is that's what adulting is. Going through and paying taxes.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
worst
very
part
true.
of it.
Especially yeah, when you have kids too. It's very rough. Very, very
Exactly.
rough.
Exactly. You just get like he's like, well, you're so nonchalant. I'm like, well, shit, because again, after a certain while of knowing how to adult, you understand that what's the deal about fucking getting pissed off or complaining or something.
Oh yeah, no, that's a given.
Just keep rolling.
That's a given. I don't really invest my time in complaining about things because I mean I always end up figuring it out. So it's kind of
Mhm.
like
What's the point?
I'll bitch about it, but it's like I just feel like I don't know. I just always been that type of person. Like I'm not gonna bitch about something. Yeah, I mean, because it's like anything you tell me, it's like I already know. So it's kind of like it's kind of pointless for me to complain about it. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
I've been going through shit, but it's like I kind of figured it out. So, and then on top of that, it's like even if I've been going through something and I figured it out, it's no point in telling you now. So it's like you figure it out. And so it's like what's the point of bringing up old wounds? I guess in a way.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyways, I'm gonna switch topic because Adam told me he doesn't have much time. But what up, Adam?
What's up, y'all?
Mhm.
What's up, man?
Hey,
So
man.
yeah, Trump being president, how would you rate him, Adam, in the first 3 weeks?
Um, so I'm kind of at that point where I mean, during his first presidency, I cared a lot, and I was like, I can't believe this, right? And right now, I'm kind of at the point where like, oh, I don't care. I kind of knew where everything was going. How much is this house over here? That type. That's the type of thing I'm on right now. I think it's kind of funny, to be honest with you, as I was looking back at how he signed, as he was signing things off, like to keep doing what he said he was going to be doing, and like the little things he was saying here and there, and how people were putting on, like their own version of a comedy sketch of what he was doing. It's just I don't know what to really say about it. It's kind of to be expected. But the one thing I can say is that with everything I've been reading lately about how people have been saying that he was going against like what the people of MAGA thought that he was going to be doing or the position that they're in and how it's affecting them personally after doing some of the things he said he was going to be doing some things that he didn't say he was going to do but still did. It's kind of like, well, you I can't really say that much. It's kind of like I said, it's to be expected.
Can you give us some examples of some of the stuff they say he was going to do?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, I'd say one thing he said he was going to do, but I didn't think he was actually going to do, is he pardoned all the people who was there on that
January
who stormed
6th.
Capitol Hill.
January
You
6th,
know,
yeah.
I didn't think that he was going to pardon them. He did. But it came as a surprise to me. Like he actually did, and he pardoned more people, who were, let's just say, weren't the best individuals or who should have been pardoned. If anything, I can't speak on other people, just the things that they've done and what I've read and researched about. Maybe, lighten their sentences, if anything, for those people. But no, that's one example that caught me by surprise, and I was kind of like, I just can't believe he did that. But in the same breath, it's kind of like saying, well, if you're on Trump's team, he's going to look after you, and apparently he did. So it's kind of mixed feelings there. In all honesty, it's mixed feelings there.
Also off with this one, which to me it was kind of funny because I watched how every young kid just lost it when TikTok got banned.
I thought
And
they were going to. I thought people were going to be, as my kids say, crash out. they they
they
were
did.
crashing out.
They did.
Like you took away my TikTok. Oh my, what am I gonna do for all these hours now?
Dude, I mean, I don't know. Is that a good thing for a society or a bad thing?
I think that it's in between. I think that you can find knowledge on TikTok that's positive. I do.
Mhm.
But I also think that you can find knowledge and information that's negative as well as, situations where other individuals can take advantage of
Mhm.
younger individuals or, people that aren't as knowledgeable about the world and just trick them into doing things or, take advantage of them in other types of ways. So I think it's a pro, but honestly, on
Wait,
TikTok
you're breaking
user.
up. You're breaking up.
So
Say it,
my
say it again.
view. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're
I said
good.
I'm not a TikTok user. So
Mhm.
my view on the use of TikTok might be, in one area more so than the other. But, when he said he was going to take away TikTok, I was kind of like, okay, well, I don't use it, but that's kind of good. I feel like social media is good. Social media is good. But in the same breath, so some people can say social media is bad. But I think that my opinion of it is just more so like there is a thing as too much social media. Like
Mhm.
I don't think there was anything wrong with getting rid of TikTok and underneath the guise of what they was actually doing it for, it had it been for the actual reason that it's a way for China to, you know, kind of hide its agenda or try and get people or sway opinions or put things out to the public that they kind of want to put things out to, then okay, yeah, I'm against that. I'm against that in general. But
Well, hold on.
if
Did you hear what happened right after that? How,
uh, uh
go ahead.
no, no, I was gonna say what happened.
Basically how everybody on TikTok went to more Chinese social media sites and signed up, like to like sites like social media sites that are like straight up Chinese social media sites.
No. I
Yeah.
didn't know that that's what happened. But if
Yep.
for that happening, you got to ask yourself, like, is that kind of like the sign in itself? Like, you like one thing so much that you're willing to go sign up for multiple other Chinese websites that, and again, I'm not saying that all Chinese websites are bad or good, but maybe it's an alternative or
Well, if the argument was, oh, hold on one sec. That keep going. Hold on a sec.
I want to know what the argument was.
7.
7.
Yeah, that was the argument. 7.
Ah, man, I'm more of an 8 guy.
Well, G is a 7 guy.
It's I can't do 7s, 8s, maybe 9s. I can definitely do 8 because 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't worry. He's Googling his response right now, so give me a second.
All right, what's going on? Hold on. My bad. I had to take a call. What's up?
Oh, nothing. We were just discussing what a possibility of a call was.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to
man.
take this call. But yeah.
No, but you were saying, G, that I didn't. I wanted to hear what else you would say for that.
For what? The TikTok ban?
It was a little bit after that, right? It was you were saying because we was talking about how everyone went to other Chinese social
Yeah, so
medias.
what came out of that is that a bunch of people went to other Chinese social medias, which that was kind of funny because that's the thing that they were worried about. And it's also kind of funny how they wanted to ban it, but yet they just brought it back. No, it's funny how Trump in his first run he wanted to ban it, and now Trump is the one who saves it, and everybody's also pissed off about that too. It's just that's just funny to me.
That I agree with. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know what type of information he got, or what type of deal he was able to make with it, or some, whatever the reason may be. But
Well, what he's saying is what's going to happen is basically America's supposed to own half, or an American company is going to own half of TikTok. That's what they're saying.
so they want to take TikTok, which was owned by an individual in the Chinese in China, right, and
Yeah.
say that, well, now we want to own half of it
Yep.
because we believe that you're trying to push information over. So by you giving us own half ownership, this is proving that you're not like doing what we think you're doing, but it's also going to generate wealth and whatever for America, which is what they originally wanted. It sounds like. I bet you that there's going to be an increase in military recruitment videos for like that now. Like, come join the military. Like at the minimum, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about all that. I'm going to be missing a lot. But the next thing that came from it, I
Mhm.
think we talked about this before, but what do you think about the deportations?
I have no thoughts on that specifically. I think that it's not kind of sad in some situations. And then I think that it's kind of sad that it's messing with people's income and livelihood. But I also think it's kind of funny. Not a funny way in hee hee ha ha, like you got deported. I think it's kind of funny in a ha ha type of way because American people are always talking about how, there's not enough jobs, or, you have foreigners coming over taking jobs and money away from Americans, or getting put on, you know, welfare and other things, and that's costing more money that we, the tax-abiding citizens, have to pay for when they don't have to necessarily do that. So now that he said, okay, well, we're going to make sure that they're deported. Now look at all these jobs we have for people that he was complaining about. Now who wants to have these jobs? Let's see who's going to want to do these jobs. And then for the whole welfare thing, I was told, but I am not sure because I haven't done my research on this, but I was told that he is actually looking into getting rid of the certain things on welfare or adjusting it. Like you can't stay on welfare all your life, or social aid, for example. You can
Hmm.
be on it for a certain amount of time until you know you're able to find work or things for yourself, which I can agree with. all,
Okay, okay. I need more context on that. So, like,
that's why I said I didn't do the
yeah,
research.
I need a little bit more on that because that is a very interesting thing to me, and depending on how that goes, it's gonna change the way I feel about that. So,
Well, my original opinion is, or has always been before this even came out, is that I agree that welfare and social aid are good things for individuals within the United States.
uh,
However, where I disagreed with it at is when you have people who stay on it all their life. Now, I don't know people's personal situations. I don't. I believe that it is a situation by situation circumstance or circumstance situation.
I could agree with
One
that.
such as if you are disabled and depending on the disability that you have, that you need these programs in order to be able to survive and get assistance because otherwise you wouldn't, then yes. Yes, I believe that it should be there for that. I believe if there's no situation where you're coming back from this disability or that it disabled you in such a way where you need to be able to you need this assistance in order to, help yourself further yourself along, which may take anywhere between maybe a year to a couple of years. I agree that that would be perfect. But I also disagree that the fact of the matter is once you get put on, now you're on for like the rest of your life if you like don't make enough. And I definitely don't agree with the fact that where if a person has Section 8 and they pass away, you can basically pass that down to your kids. That's kind of like setting up your children or your family members for failure.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
Although
minute. Go ahead, my fault. I'll let you finish.
Although, I'll let you. Oh, thank you. Although, again, situation, situation, or situation. It depends. If you were disabled and your kids were disabled or they have issues, that's understandable because you passed away. How your kids will survive, giving them some time, some leeway in order to get themselves the assistance, help, or whatever they need. That makes sense. But to say that, for example, I'll use this as an example. My mom, let's say my mom is on Section 8 and my mom passes away. Then let's say I'm living with my mom and I'm not doing anything, or I'm working minimum wage and I have all these opportunities and chances to start a business, to further educate myself, to get a better job, or whatever. Like I just have opportunities. I don't take advantage of the
Wait a minute.
opportunities.
Are those
I
really
I use the
opportunities?
example.
Wait a minute. Are those opportunities?
What about the opportunity?
Are you sure those are opportunities?
Well, what I'm saying is if I have the opportunity such to further educate myself
But
so
is
I
that really
can
a, but would you really call that opportunity?
to further educate yourself,
Yeah, but you said that's an opportunity.
it's an opportunity because it's a choice.
It's
Some
a choice,
people,
but I don't believe it's opportunity.
it is an opportunity.
No, it's not. Being educated is it's not an opportunity. It's a choice to be educated, but I'm going to call it opportunity.
It's an opportunity. I believe it's an opportunity.
No, hell no.
Yeah, why wouldn't you consider yourself?
Because you could have freaking bachelors and not find a good job. Being educated doesn't mean anything.
Well, being educated doesn't mean that you're going to go out there and be able to get a job. I can agree
My
with you on
point.
that.
So that's why I
But
want to
it
call it
it
opportunity.
can it can at the same time increase your chances and put you in a position that you for a job that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get, such as an engineer. You can't just say that, oh, I'm an engineer without any type of training in America, at least, unless like, your parents own a business or such. But even then you have to show that, this person who's working in this
Yeah,
field has
yeah,
credentials.
but we have most companies asking for experience right now.
You
And
do have
addition,
some companies asking for
so
experience, but you also have some companies who, regardless of your experience, still want you to have that.
no, I agree with that, but I want to sit there and say it's an opportunity. Opportunity, there must be a guarantee that comes from it.
No, that's not an that's a guarantee. An
Yeah, yeah,
opportunity means that it's an opportunity.
no. What I mean by that is if you do X, you're guaranteed to get Y. There's no guarantee in that. There's no like you'll my fault. I said it wrong. You'll have a chance. That's not always true with the education. So I don't agree with education being an opportunity. I know that's BS.
Education is an opportunity, though.
Education is not an opportunity. I
It
do
is an
agree it's a choice.
opportunity.
No, it's not.
It's a choice, yes, but it's
Yes, it's a
also an
choice.
opportunity
No.
because going to go get educated gives you opportunities.
Well,
You
yes,
can
it,
create
it
an
does
opportunity for yourself. You can go
that,
out there and
yes.
create your own job by getting education, by getting the training you need in a certain area
You
to
could go, you could
learn how
go,
to do things.
you could get an opportunity by just being in the right place at the right time.
That's true, you can. But if let's just say that it's not, what's a guarantee that you can get the training? Go to school. What's a guarantee that you can get the training?
But
Have some
that's
type
not
of
an opportunity
experience.
because you're not getting nothing out of it. School extracts
You
from
are
you.
getting
And
something out of it.
the only, yes, I'll sit there and say you're getting knowledge, but it's not going to get you any place. Like you can't, dude, when we were going to college, were we able to buy a house? Were we able to live in an apartment? No. And if
No,
we did, we would be in
those are things
debt.
that come from you
But that,
saving up. I mean, you
but
can get a
that's what
house even if you don't have a good job. You can still buy a house. It's going to be
exactly. That's
dependent.
why I will not sit there and say school is necessarily an opportunity. Now, can you get an opportunity from school? Yes, but that's not always true. So no, school is not an opportunity. So I would never
I
accept that.
still would have to disagree with you. School is an opportunity.
How can you say it's an opportunity when there's so many people out here that have degrees and do not and cannot find a job,
Okay,
cannot find a
everyone's
stable situation.
situation is different. Everybody's situation is
We
different.
all went to the
It
same
depends.
program. We all got the
Wait,
same
wait. It
degrees. Well,
depends
not the same
on
degrees, but we all got degrees,
it
levels.
depends on where you are, where you live at, the state
Then
itself.
it's not an opportunity.
It is an opportunity.
There is no opportunity.
If I have an opportunity to go to college and I get this education doing something I want to do, and I don't have a job within that same area where I live at, I now, with the education, that degree, that little piece of paper, although it might mean nothing, it shows that you went and you had the dedication to go through and finish something, which is in turn what really a lot of employees even want you to have, the reason why behind it, because in actuality, if you didn't have that, like that piece of paper, and they wanted you to be an engineer, they could train you to be an engineer, but that would mean someone at some point had to be trained, had to get the knowledge in order to to have it, to train, to show somebody else it, which would then give them the opportunity to get the experience. So it goes a little bit
Okay,
into
hold
what
on,
you're
hold on.
saying.
Okay, we need a third party in this. I need a third party. Keith, are you there?
No, nah, nah, because you don't want to hear from me.
Oh no, I actually do
I just,
because I
I just.
we need a tiebreaker for
Okay,
this.
I mean, you can go. It just, yeah, okay, yeah. Ask what's the question?
Um,
What's the question?
Adam saying school is an
Hmm.
opportunity. I said there's no way school can be an opportunity because it doesn't. There, like no school is not guaranteed to get you in the face of anything. Like you can have, like I can have it. Well, I got degrees and I'm not working in my fields. That's not an opportunity. School in itself is not an opportunity. You can make opportunity for yourself if you make certain decisions or do certain things. But school in itself is not an opportunity.
And I say school is
Okay,
an
but
opportunity.
I'm sorry. You said what, Adam?
Be,
I'm sorry.
and I was saying, I say school is an opportunity because even though if you get a degree and you're not working in the field where you want to work in, you still have an opportunity to work in another field if they just wanted a degree. One, two, because you have this degree, if you're not able to get a chance at work in the area you live in, you can now have free reign to move around to multiple areas within the country. I'm just using United States as an example, but within the country, and guarantee that you have this degree, you can get a job doing what you wanted to do if you wanted to move. So if you don't have the opportunity within your community or your state to do something because of what you want to do, the requirement was a degree. Now you can now do it somewhere else where they do have a position for you to do it. You can go there and still do what you want to do. Now, if you didn't have that and you wanted to do something within, let's say, a specific field, and they're like, okay, well, we need people here where you live at, but we want you to have a degree. And now you don't have a degree, you can't do it. But now, and it's the same thing everywhere. And I was using engineering as an example. If you get a degree in
Okay, well,
engineering or a
Let
certificate,
me just stop you. Let me just stop you there, because what you're saying is okay. So an opportunity, I would say it's more of a plus than an opportunity, because
Thank
I feel like
you.
an opportunity you shouldn't have to pay for. First off, if I'll put it like this, there's two different people that I've seen go to school. It's like, okay, so an opportunity would be like, okay, this person played a sport, got a scholarship, and they got an opportunity to go to college and pursue that sport and also get an education. What about the kid that has a 4.0 or a
okay,
3.8 that is smart as hell, but doesn't have the money to go to college? That person doesn't get an opportunity. Yes, that person can be smarter in this job and not have the same opportunity. An opportunity, you don't pay for it. I'm sorry, I can't agree with that, because I've seen people get entry level, like a security analyst at the MGM, and have no education and make $52 an hour of this. He took a chance. I know so many people that take chances and just fake it till they make it and be successful. So I would never say that you need schooling in this day and age. Maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I agree with that. But in this day and age, you can have a GED is equivalent to a diploma, which when we were growing up, a GED wasn't shit. Like, it was not the equivalent. So I would never say that you have to go to school to get a high paying job. Like, yes, does it help to get training? I know people who are mechanics that never went to mechanic school. They just, like, I feel like we live in a world that's about who you know, not how much you know. It's just how it is. I know jobs that just hire people that are like, hey, it's fucking 8 hours, and I just want to know if you're a cool person to work with. Like, all that education bullshit, I'm sorry. I don't know where, obviously, we both live in Vegas. I mean, I don't know how many people you know that truly have an education in their field. I know a person that has analyzing, he's applied to the FBI multiple times and gotten denied, and have an analyzer, because he wanted to be an analyzer for the FBI. He went through the schooling. He did 10 years in school, and he was a manager at Family Dollar. So that just tells you everything you need to know about why does he keep getting denied. If he's one of the smartest people I know, but it's the reason why he keeps getting denied. Now, I don't know why, but like, when he told me that years ago, I was just like, that's fucking depressing. You spent 10 years of your life applying for a job and doing all the necessary steps to keep getting denied. That's fucking heartbreaking. But you're the manager of a Family Dollar. I'm not saying that he's making the same amount, but what's the point in having this degree? I know multiple people with multiple degrees that aren't in their field. So I will never say that that's right. Is school a plus? Yes. It's 100% a plus, but it's not a guarantee. It's just,
it's not an opportunity.
An opportunity. I don't know. Opportunity is such a weird word. Like, opportunity is, I don't know. I just hear that and I think of, like, an opportunity is like, okay, here, I'm gonna give you a chance on this. Like, how is school an opportunity? You have to pay to go to school. You have to pay to get a trade. How is it an opportunity? Like, and an opportunity is given to you. It's not paid for. Like, that's such a poor choice of words. Like, opportunity is like, I'm giving you an opportunity to do this. No, not you're paying for it. So that's not an opportunity. That's a poor choice of words.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with a lot of things you're saying on that. I can definitely agree with being a poor choice of word. I can say that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate it. Because that was the point I was trying to make.
I get what Adam is saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, Keith.
Yeah, go ahead, Keith.
No. I get what Adam is saying, but it's like this. Like I said, we live in a world where you can do nothing and make millions. So school is just dead to rights, man. I mean, I I've had this conversation with G and multiple people. It's like I can never tell my kids, I can never look my kids in the face and be like, if you go to school, you'll have a better chance. And like I'm gonna lose that fight every time. I'm just gonna lose that fight. There's just no dog in the fight anymore.
And I got a perfect thing for you, OnlyFans. As long as there's
Oh my
OnlyFans
God.
and women can
Please don't.
become multimillionaires.
I mean, not even multi-millionaires. If you can make like $1,000 in a couple of days, like every 3 days, that's still more than it takes me 2 weeks to pack up like $1,300. And these chicks, like even the bare minimum chick is making $1,000 off of like every 3 days. That's still, there's literally what, 7 days in a week. So that's basically a little over maybe like $2,500 every week, $2,800 every week. It's like this chick is making more doing this than, yes, it doesn't seem like a lot, but she only has to work maybe every 3 days, you know, and she can take, like, she can work a week, be off a week. She can work a week and be off a week and still make the equivalent of what me and my girl make every 2 weeks. And we've got to work 5 days a week, bust our asses, and she might just have to do some like awkward shit for maybe like a half an hour and get paid. Like it's or send a private video and make even more money. Like I said, that Sophia Brain chick is making more than NBA players a year is insane to a person like me. And you got to stop and think, like, who can, like I said, women are always like, oh, I would never do this. But like I tell all those women, it's like, you do know that nobody is going to give a hell about you in 10 years. You're like, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. It's like, because there's always going to be somebody new. Like I told them, do we talk about the Anna Roses anymore? Do we talk about the Pamela Andersons and the Carmen Electras and the Mia Khalifas? No, we don't talk about these women anymore because we don't care, because it's always somebody new. And that's what I'm saying. So you're saying that I don't want to do this because I don't want to end up on the internet. Nobody goes to look up what Mia Khalifa is doing now. Nobody goes to look up what Lana Rose is doing now. Nobody cares what Kim Kardashian is doing now. Nobody cares. So it's like you're saying this thinking like, oh, I have kids and this, and what if they're friends? That's so rare. That's so rare that you as a nobody will be looked up. Yes, the only downfall in this is you'll never be able to work with kids. But how many of these women work with kids? There's so many other jobs that you can work that doesn't have kids in it. Like,
well,
so,
actually, Keith, those women work with kids every day.
well, yeah, but I'm just saying that if you wanted to get like an entry level job, like a hospital or a teacher or something, but you act like I just hate how women think like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go into the nursing field. No, first off, if you were making tens of thousands of dollars, I'm not even gonna say millions. If you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for just set a goal, 5 years, I want to make like $500,000 and then I'm out. Because you probably only have about a 5-year expansion on OnlyFans anyway. And that's even pushing it, to be honest with you. But I just feel like when it comes down to it, it's not just OnlyFans. It is TikTok. It's so many TikTokers that, I mean, I don't have TikTok because I never downloaded it. I never saw the appeal in it because I stopped at Instagram. I don't have a Facebook. I never had a Snapchat. I just didn't see the reason behind it. It was stupid. But it's like I get TikTok for the factor of that it created businesses. I personally don't like TikTok because it does have a lot of bullshit, but that's every fucking social media. But I have to admit, yes, how people got their businesses out there and their names on the how people got scholarships and all of those things. I agree with that. I agree with, like, I don't agree with the whole, oh, it helped me through my divorce and all that. Oh, that's just weird. But for the positive aspect, everything has a positive aspect. It's just like these chicks that do OnlyFans and they start realty companies or they start buying up properties and giving affordable houses to certain people. Like, I agree with that. But you don't hear about those chicks doing that. But you got to really dig deep. I agree with the positivity. If some simp ass dude is going to pay some chick to get nude, then more power to her. I would never disagree. Hey, I've shot chicks for OnlyFans, so I can't discriminate about how easy that money is at the end of the day. I can't.
I mean, come on now.
Can't.
I mean, come on now. We got one girl that slept with 100 men in one day, and then we have a porn star who broke it with 1,057 men in one day.
I don't
And
understand
like
what
How-
type of what
Go
type
ahead.
of bragging right is that?
I mean,
That's
I
that's
feel
a
like
very
that's
worked.
the world, though. It's the world. It's like maybe not to you, but she was the talk of everything for a while. It's like it might not mean nothing to you or me or anybody else, but it's clout. Even though it's clout for 15 minutes, it's still clout. It builds her brand. It gets her paid more. That's what that's the bragging, right? She's making millions because she's being talked about. She's being interviewed. It's like if you think about the bigger picture on things, not just the small picture, it's like there's a lot of reasons to do this. It's like, I'm not saying that it's a good thing. It's somebody's fucking daughter at the end of the day, it's somebody's sister. But it's like that's how she chose to make her money. And I'm sorry, I have to agree with half of these chicks. Yes, everybody's mad, but it's like she's probably paying most of her parents' bills, buying her parents' cars and houses. They're eating good, they're living good, all of that. So I feel like if her family don't give a shit because she's taking care of her family, it's like, yes, I'm not saying that anybody on this podcast, if you had a sister that was doing that, but she was taking care of her whole family, everybody's living good, eating good, nobody's broke, this and that, bitch, do what you do. I wouldn't be happy, but our sister's a fucking millionaire, and she doesn't have to struggle. She doesn't have to walk for anybody. Like, nothing. She don't gotta wait on no fucking dude to sit up in her house not doing nothing. So yes, I'm not happy about how she's getting the money, but I'm not gonna not take it. That's it. That if she's willing to give it, then I'm not gonna not take it. I guess I'm not that prideful at the end of the day. Like, yes, do I support what she's doing? I mean, I would I hate that she has to do this, but I feel better with her doing OnlyFans than actual adult industry. At least with OnlyFans, I know that she's doing it of her own free will. Adult industry is so many stories that you hear that are just vulgar, and those chicks that don't get any of their money. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, yes, people have daughters and stuff like that, but it's like I said, it's just one of those things where what's the alternative? Her to go to a 9 to 5 and get hit on and harassed and have to struggle, or her to take 5 years of her life, do some grimy shit and build an empire and nobody cares anymore. It's like when you look at the situation like that of having a daughter, like I have a daughter. I don't want her to do it, but like I said, if you look at the facts, either have her struggle her whole life, or basically have her do some grimy shit for 5 years and be set for life, and set me up for life, and set her brother up for life, and set her family up for life. off of some degrading shit. I mean, I'm a realist at the end of the day. There's nothing you can tell me about this chick making $400 million or at $100 million a year off of doing some grimy stuff that would say, yes, I'd rather have my daughter work at a bond and struggle and become obese and like all of these things to a society. Either way, your daughter is going to struggle. So it's like, it's just the time period of struggle, I guess it is.
I'm going to have to talk to you guys later. I'm going to have to, yeah, I said I'm going to have to talk to you guys later. I'm about to get on with my client right now.
All right, man. Be safe, brother.
All right. Yeah, have a good, man.
Like I was saying, nobody wants to see their child violated in any way. But like I said, most people's problems are because they have no money. So I'm just gonna say that, you know. So if your child is gonna start something and then take care of you, then like I said, but I feel the same way about whatever his name is. I feel the same way about them. It's like, I don't want my son to do that. I wouldn't be proud of it. But like I said, if he's bringing in millions and millions of dollars, and then I can't argue with it. I can't argue with it. I'm not happy that you're making a fool of yourself every day just to be famous and make millions. But you got a brand. You magically got, like I said, even though the Hawk Tuohy girl is in so much legal problems, but it's like she took her family out of whatever situation they are and made millions off of doing nothing. We've already had this conversation, but it's just a point of like, you got one spectrum of OnlyFans, but then you have a person that was literally, that got an opportunity to say some nonsense because any chick, and she got the opportunity. That was an opportunity that was given to her, and she cashed off of that opportunity.
There you go. That's the proper way. My fault. I didn't mean to interrupt, but that's the proper way to say opportunity. I agree.
So, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like school, like, I don't know what you mean by school is the opportunity. Like, that just really threw me off.
Yeah, I totally reject that premise 110%.
I don't, because even like, I don't know, I just never had that opportunity. Like, I could have went to culinary arts school, but it wasn't an opportunity.
Yeah, that's not an opportunity.
Yeah, I would have had to pay for it. Yeah. It's not like it was just like, I got a scholarship and now I could just go to fucking college on a free ride. Like, that's an opportunity.
Exactly.
Like,
basically, if you don't have a guarantee of a tryout, it ain't an opportunity.
Yeah, it's like Luka has an opportunity to play with LeBron James.
Right?
That's an opportunity.
And he got it.
Like, LeBron James has been talking about playing with Luka for the last 2-3 years, and that's an opportunity.
Exactly.
It didn't cost him nothing.
Nope.
So that's what I'm saying. But I can't say school is, like I said, I tell the kids, do your 12 years. And after that, if you want to go to college, I'll help you do the necessary steps to apply. But I can't put you through college. So just throw that out there. Like I said, I don't mind helping you get a car. I don't mind helping you find a place, build your credit. But I don't have $30,000 to $50,000 a year to pay for college. If I had $30,000 or $50,000, damn sure wouldn't pay for you to go to college. My health would be 1,000 times better. Your mother's health would be 1,000 times better. Your mom needs $40,000 worth of dental work, so that would be a priority more than you going to college if I had $50,000. So,
man,
like I said before, at the end of the day, it's like priorities. That's why I said these girls have taken care of their families. Like, yes, do I feel like they need somebody in their corner to teach them how to make this money stretch long term? Yes. That's the only thing that I feel bad for. A lot of these chicks get this money and don't know what to do with the money. And they end up
Well,
spending it on bullshit. Or like I said, because your brand, like I said, I feel like everybody has a 3 to 5 shelf life. All these speeds, all these cosmetics, all these super bad baby, all of these people have, like, all of these rappers have a 3 to 5 year shelf life. I feel like actors kind of are the same way. I feel like any sorts of entertainment, you don't have that high of a shelf life before nobody cares about you anymore.
yeah.
It's gonna move on to the next.
And that's why, like, even me, I tell people, when you get to where you want to be, you gotta take advantage of that time, because that time will not. For most people, that time will not last forever. I mean, like, because I was
Oh
talking to
no,
somebody before, and they were like, "Well, Snoop and stuff." Mind you, this was years ago. I'm like, dude, how many Snoops are there in the world?
exactly. But you can't say like Snoop and Ice Cube and dudes like that. Like, I tell people, like, okay, the 10 top black actors, are old actors. And
Yeah,
it's like these guys only do certain movies now. Like of course, who got them? Morgan Freeman and the Samuel. Actually, I wouldn't even say Morgan Freeman next. I would say Samuel Jackson is like the top black actor of all actors. He gets more roles than fucking any person ever that's a black actor. Then you got dudes like Denzel, but Denzel took a back seat because he let his son act, which he's only done either Equalizer or he just was in Gladiator 2. But the reason why he stopped acting so much is to let his son act. But it's like his son, John David Washington, he's been in some good movies, but how many of those movies have been notable movies?
yeah.
I'm not saying like Tenet was good. Creator was, well, I thought it was dog shit, but, but I'm not. He's a good actor. He's a good actor. I think he's a great actor, and he has a great future. But he doesn't do enough movies. I feel. But and then you got dudes like John Boyega, which half the people in the world don't even know who John Boyega is. It's like, other than Star Wars, it's like, yeah, he's done a lot of good films, but like I said, they're not box office hits. Michael B. Jordan hasn't done a lot of box office hits. If it wasn't for like Creed and Killmonger, name me 3 other movies that he's done. I mean, I can name you 3 other movies, but they weren't on the level of Creed and Black Panther. So it's like,
there's one that was for its time.
man, like I said, I've never seen that movie, and I'm not gonna deny because people say it's good.
No,
It's
I'm
like,
not
was
talking
it a
about.
box office hit?
No, I'm not talking about that one. The one I'm talking about is horrible.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Basically, it was back when it was about a little league baseball team. He was in that movie as a child actor.
Okay, but I'm saying box office hits of the length of Creed and Black Panther. That's what
I
I'm
know.
saying.
I was just trying to make a joke. You missed it.
Oh,
but
okay.
all right.
Well, like I said, there's not they got that Keefe, Lafayette Keefe dude, and they got, like I said, there's a lot of black actors,
Yeah.
like young black actors, but it's like these roles, like Jonathan Mayers, like he kind of, like, hopefully he's able to redeem himself, but he was the up and coming dude too.
Well,
But,
you heard Marvel might be trying to bring it back. You heard about that, right?
yeah, Disney doesn't like to apologize that much. They've only apologized to one person, and that one person that goes stuff it up your ass, and which I respect. Johnny Depp was the only person in history to actually get a formal apology from Disney, and he was like, Bitch, I'm still not coming back and playing Pharaoh. So that was awesome. I don't see Disney or Marvel, but Disney apologizing to Jonathan Majors. They're just not going to do it. He better just take that check and keep it pushing. Because him on TMZ was like, oh yeah, I just, when everything comes out, I just want an apology. Nah, bro, that's just not happening. You're black. I'm sorry. But hopefully he is able to come back and play a variant of Kang, because obviously we know that there's millions of them. So that would be nice. But the new dude who they were talking about it, I'm not mad about him playing Kang. It's like, I'm not mad at it. I'm just not mad at it. So, But at the end of the day, it's like YouTubers or social media people have these kids' ears, and it's insane how we didn't have that. It's like our fucking idols were only in movies and sports, and kids don't even care about sports. Like I said, I used to sit up and watch NBA when I was our son's age in football, and play fucking Madden every year, and I loved it, dude.
Yeah.
But now kids don't even play sports games. Like, don't get me wrong, Madden is dog shit.
Yeah.
Like, 2K is dog shit, but I play every day. But I love sports, so this is what I have to do to still be in touch with sports, then so be it. Kids don't have that burden of that. So you now have to stop and think, like I said before, it's like, if you have a daughter, what's the route that she has to take to like being a model? It's like I told my friend, you now can pull back the curtain on every single job, like every single entertainment, because you get to now witness this stuff in real time. This is what we didn't have as kids. We couldn't see, like, how we talk about wrestling all the time. People don't like wrestling. Well, actually, let me not say that. People love wrestling more, I feel like, because they have pulled back the curtain. Now you can't relate to the Damian Priests of the world. It's like you couldn't relate to the Undertaker because he was just the Undertaker. Yep. He never broke character. You couldn't relate to Stone Cold because he never broke character. You couldn't relate to The Rock. Well, he's probably the only one that people could relate to in a way. But it's like he was like the only one. People saw themselves in the People's Champ. But now you get to see these people on podcasts, and they're just regular people. They go through, like when Bronson Reed was talking about the plane ride, and he had to get double seized, and there was no food, and just normal shit, and like he has to fly back because his kid was just born. Now you humanize these people. It's like for instance, we got to watch LeBron James' son be basically a baby all the way up until now. Well, we've got to see him raise his son as a father and get him to the NBA. You have now humanized this person, both of them in a way. It's like we would never have gotten to see that. It's like Steph Curry was a little kid too, and they'll show pictures, but we never saw that back then with him and Dale Curry on the bench. Even if we saw him as a kid or whatever the case may be, we didn't pay no fucking attention to it like we do now. So that's what I'm saying. Kids can humanize the Vin Diesels of the world, and all of these actors now, like I said, sports-wise, it's like they can say, oh, I can be like this person because they are human. We knew nothing about Michael Jordan at the time when Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan. Like, we just knew he was a fucking dog. That's it. That's all we knew. But now you watch The Last Dance, he's a fucking asshole. You're just, maybe he's a true definition of you should never meet your hero. Like, 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've watched The Last Dance like 3 times. I love the documentary. I love everything that Mike had to say. But it doesn't change my outlook on Jordan, but it does make me seem like you were a fucking asshole. But you were an asshole that backed it the fuck up, and I can't even get mad at you.
Yeah.
I see why people hated this man. And I see why John Stockton didn't clap once at that goddamn Hall of Fame, because I can see why. Like, it makes sense. Like, it does make sense. Like, but that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's just one of those things where kids are just so lucky now because they can see, like, you got dudes on YouTube who are showing you how to make podcasts and start podcasts so you can start making money at home, telling you what's the cheapest stuff that you can get just to start a podcast. It's like when I tell people that, you know, I have a podcast, they're like, oh shit, that's crazy. I was like, dude, yeah, I'm 5 years into this podcast. And they're like, damn, how come you don't say anything? It's like, because it just doesn't come up in conversations. I try to tell people, you know, I've told a lot of people now, whether they join or go look at it, I'll give them the YouTube shit and they'll look at it, and whether they hit subscribe or not is on them. I tell them to, but it's like I've told a lot of people, hopefully that's helped us get views. And I just tell people that when you hear the podcast, like, you know, give it some time. Like, it's a little, like, some episodes are, you know, a little wonky, and we tend to get off topic, but we make great points.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is an all black man's podcast. I try to tell people that too. You know, it's just how it is. I'm not gonna tell people something that isn't true. But the stuff we talk about is coming from real people.
Yeah.
Like, they're not all educated, but we do have great points. I will never say that, yes, or no Joe Rogan or these high-end ass fucking podcasts, but you do get men of everyday life, different men of like everyday life having different views. We agree, we don't agree. Sometimes we're all able to leave like we all took something out of this and all like, all right, bro, have a good one. Peace out, be safe, you know. It's no hate. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Damn, that's a good way to end the podcast. Holy shit. So, with that being said, I want to thank y'all for checking out another episode of Fit the Description, the first episode of season 5. We definitely appreciate it. I want to thank James. I want to thank Keith. I want to thank B. I want to thank Adam for being on this episode. Definitely appreciate it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button, follow, like, hit that button, the like button, depending on your platform. Also, make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description Podcast, over there on YouTube. Make sure to check out all the other audio platforms. The links are all down below. And beyond that, there's not much else I gotta say, except I want to thank y'all, appreciate y'all, and we will be back next week with a new episode. Have a good one.